Welcome to Leccion 3. We're going to begin looking at the grammar from this section, and it's going to be from pages 57 to 62. In this chapter, we'll learn how to do the following in Spanish. Conjugate irregular, key on the word irregular. So ir, dar, and estar are irregular verbs, and they're very common. You can't go a day in Spanish without using ir, dar, or estar. Part of ir is learning how to use the future. So we have a formula where we use ir and a and any infinitive to say what someone's going to do. I think it's really great for us to take a moment to explain the uses of ser and estar because they both mean to be. So honestly, ir, dar, estar, and ser are 4 of the top 5 verbs. If you're wondering what's the other one, it's the verb hacer, which we absolutely will see in the future. We'll look at some contractions and also describe a visit to the pediatrician's office. So pretty exciting because this is going to help us really increase our abilities to communicate popular verbs. Let's start with ir, dar, and estar. So first, we have the verb ir, which means to go. As you can see, completely irregular. Where did the V come from? But even with its irregularities, we can see some things we're used to through having the S, nosotros having the mos, ellos, ellas, ustedes having the N. So I'm going to read each one, and I would like you to try to repeat them. Voy, vas, va. So try it. Voy, vas, va. Those are our singular forms. And then the plurals, vamos, vais, van. I'll do one each. Vamos, vais, van. The lesson really is more than just looking at the conjugations. It's what you can do with this verb ir. So let's, again, keep this in mind, memorize this, write it down, but look at what can I do with this verb. Well, just in a bit, because we'll look at all 3. We'll look at dar and then estar. So just to go over the conjugations of dar, honestly, if you looked at dar, it's not so bad. It's really just a yo form. Otherwise, the AR kind of does what you expect it to do. So really, it's just not that it's do, but it's doy. Doy. Das. Da. And to give. Damos, dais, y dan. And there's no accent on this A here, as an irregular verb typically do not have any accents. And estar, this one does have accents. It's funny, I just said typically an irregular verb doesn't have accents and boom, 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 boom. But again, typically doesn't mean always. But this verb, one of the main things is the yo form, having the Y, just like with dar was doy. So we have estoy, estoy. And these are typically used for location and for your well-being, like how you are doing or feeling. Estoy, like estoy bien. Estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. So again, go back over these, listen to them if you need to, but now we can see how we can use these verbs in action. Let's see, what would the conjugations be? Looking at it in a sentence, la prima, va, vamos, o van a la universidad. We're using the verb ir to go to the university. So we typically have an A right after we use the verb ir. For number 2, los padres les, again, padres is your subject. Dais, or dan el coche a sus hijos. The les is really saying that they give the car to them. And the a sus hijos is clearing up who them is. But just again, the subject is los padres when you pick. And number 3, nosotros. Is it está, estamos, or están en la sala? Location. Pause if you need more time because I'm going to show you the answers. La prima va a la universidad. Los padres les dan, sí, padres dan el coche a sus hijos y nosotros estamos en la sala. Perfecto. Like I keep trying to say, what are we going to do with this verb ir? Well, guys, it is time for a very important moment in your Spanish life where you use future tense. No longer just saying what's happening right now, but using it for future. Ir, a, and an infinitive. For example, yo voy a viajar con mis abuelos. I use ir in its conjugated form. If yo is my subject, it became voy. Just put an a there. I know it doesn't translate because if it means to, doesn't viajar means to travel. So am I using to twice? Kind of, but again, this is Spanish. Spanish is going to require the a in between the ir and the infinitive. Infinitive means leave it in its original form. Don't conjugate it. Leave it as it comes to us, which means to travel. So then, voy a viajar is that I'm going to travel. You can insert this with a whole bunch of verbs, like, well, maybe not with the phrase con mis abuelos, but let's say I'm going to work. Voy a trabajar. I'm going to study. Voy a estudiar. Maybe it's not yo. What if it's tú? Well, let's just change the verb conjugation from voy to vas. Vas a viajar. Vas a trabajar. Vas a estudiar. Let's look at some examples. How would you complete each sentence? Los sobrinos. ¿Va a comer? ¿Vamos a comer o van a comer el pastel? And la abuela. ¿Va a leer? ¿Vais a leer? ¿Van a leer? So take your time. Think about what you want to do here. The key is knowing how to conjugate it in the first spot. I'm going to show you the answers. Van. Los sobrinos van. So you don't do anything with comer. Van a comer. La abuela va. That matches. La abuela va a leer. Let's compare ser and estar. So although both ser and estar are equivalent to English to be, they are not interchangeable. So it's not like, well, sometimes I want to use ser, sometimes I want to use estar. Nope, not like that. We have to decide based on the uses. So I know ser is a long list, so we're better off starting with estar. Estar is for conditions like how you're feeling, how you're doing. So you can say it's health. All that is a condition. Your health is a condition. Your emotions are a condition. Your well-being is a condition. And then location. Everything else that you're going to use to try to say I am or you are for now will be said. So let me give you quick examples of each. I'll start with estar again because it's quick. Estoy bien, or if I'm not feeling so well, estoy enferma. Like actually, I have cough. Location, estoy en mi casa, or estoy en el trabajo, estoy en la universidad. Now ser, we saw a little bit of possession with de because we don't have apostrophe s, so I can say es el doctor de Patricia. Or a relationship, again, it could be your doctor, it could be your friend. Es el amigo de Patricia. Or it could be an item, right? Es el teléfono de Patricia. Profession, soy doctora, soy profesora. Nationality, soy puertorriqueña. Usted es norteamericano, or es americano, or es estadounidense. Ellos son chinos, son mexicanos. Origen is where you're from. You can ask, ¿de dónde es? Remember that? ¿De dónde es usted? Or you can ask more familiar, ¿de dónde eres? Again, all the verbs I'm using are the verb ser. ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy de Pensilvania. Basic characteristics. Honestly, the word basic is not helpful. What's key is here, characteristics have to do with your personality and your physical appearance. So physical appearance, you can say yo soy baja or yo soy alta. You can say soy joven, soy mayor. You're referencing your age. Like soy, I'm young or I'm old. You can use it for personality. Soy inteligente. Soy amable. I'm intelligent. I'm kind or nice. Marital status. Soy casada or soy divorciada. Time and dates. Remember how to ask what time it is? ¿Qué hora es? What's the date? Es el 10 de diciembre. Material, honestly, we won't see that much. It's like what something is made of. Kind of look at it like if it were possession, because it'll be like es de metal or es de madera. And events taking place. So we can contrast number 9 with number 2 on estar, because even though location is estar, let's say if I'm going to say, well, where is the party going to be? ¿Dónde es la fiesta? Or where is the meeting? ¿Dónde es la reunión? So where this event will take place is ser, but being in a location is estar. Again, you can read a little more. There'll be lots of practice. This is just kind of the overall view. Which one would you pick, ser or estar? So go ahead and pick for 1 and 2, and then we will go over the answers. All right, I'm going to show you. Make sure you pick which one you want. All right, number 1, Marianela es de los Estados Unidos. Why? Think about it. Its origin. And número 2, ¿dónde están tus suegros? What's the reason we're using estar here? Well, we only have 2. So it is location. Where are they? ¿Dónde están? Not de dónde, but just dónde. ¿Dónde están? Where are they located? Let's take a quick look at contractions. Honestly, good news, Spanish only has 2. There's al and del. That's it. Al is very important to know when you're using a with the verb ir. Voy a la casa, but if it's a masculine place, voy al mercado, voy al doctor, voy al hospital. And del comes from de and el. Things that belong to the professor or the boy or the man son los libros del profesor. Leen los libros del profesor. I mean, what verb you use here doesn't matter. It's knowing that de and el together make del. Okay, you have some more examples. Sometimes there's an a that doesn't actually translate. It's just because your object is a person. So this still, anytime you have an a and an el, it'll make al. Esperamos al profesor. See how that happened? So that's just a quick one. So really quickly, which contraction, or maybe not, would you use? So go ahead and pick your responses, and then we'll go over the answers. Ernesto busca al sobrino, because your object is a person. He's looking for the nephew of his wife. So busca al sobrino. It's sobrino's masculine, so it can't be la. And just saying a, we need an article because sobrino's not someone's name, it's a title. So he's looking for the nephew of his wife. And ¿dónde está el coche? Del novio. Again, novio's not his name, it's the title boyfriend. So it's where's the car belonging to or of the boyfriend. So del is going to be used here also. Okay, we'll stop right here with the last comprehension check or knowledge check, and check out the part 2 video for just some more vocabulary.